This is a comparison video of the Arbortec Scarfell Lite and the new KO boot. We're going to discuss why you choose one over the other for different jobs and also how they each have their own place in the market. This is a Scarfell Lite. I've worn these for about a year and a half. As you can see, they're not brand new. I like these boots because they are very firm. There's not much flexibility or give in the sole, but as you can see, it does have the Vibram sole. So you have excellent grip. They are waterproof. They have a gaiter on the back that keeps things from going down. And they also have a bit higher upper, and so they have really good solid ankle support. Same with the lacing system because you have the ball lacing system, so it keeps stuff from getting in there and you can really lace them up tight. Like I said, they are waterproof. They also have the anti-perforation midsole, so they're suitable for job sites that you could have things that potentially could puncture the bottom of your foot, like nails and needles and things, whereas the KO boot does not. I really like these boots in spikes as well because they do have a bit more firmness to the boot. They're great for being on groundwork because they do have the steel toe cap. They have the rubber roundings on here, so it really protects them. Also, they are premium Italian leather, so you get the good quality leather. They're easy to care for. They get really muddy, they're easy to wash. So for these boots, I'd say their place definitely is for ground stuff, for forestry. They're fine to climb in. If you're doing SRT, you'll need to add a foot loop yourself, as these ones do not have that. So these are the new KO boot from Arbortec. So these ones are a bit of a game changer. They are a lot lighter, almost a kg lighter on the average size. Obviously the bigger the boot, the heavier they are, but you have this, it's a bit lower cut. As you can see in the comparison between the two, the leather stops here, whereas the leather stops here on this one. But you still have full chainsaw protection in the gaiter sock, which is awesome. It makes it easy to pull the boot on and off. You have protection in the tongue as well. Just because they're lower cut doesn't mean they have less support. I find that these have excellent support for my needs. They are more flexible. They take less time to break in. I feel like there wasn't any break-in time on these, but that is because they do not have that protective midsole in them. So that's what is making them a bit lighter. You still do have the steel toe cap in them and the rubber on the outside, just like the Scarfells, just to get a bit of a lighter, more flexible package. Been getting a few questions about spikes. They're fine in spikes, no problem. There is flexibility there, but not enough that I think it is too much for spike work. These are great to climb in, obviously because both have the foot loop in there for your knee ascender connection, which we'll discuss later on in the video. They are waterproof as well. There's been no problems with them being in water. Obviously it's not as high as the other one, and you do have to put them on a bit differently, which I've covered in a previous video. The lacing system is a bit different. You have the eyelets, which are strong. It's not as a smooth lace up, but still you get loads of support when you crank them. The KO has all the benefits of a climbing boot. In some countries it's not required to wear chainsaw protection while aloft, but this gives you all the flexibility of a climbing boot, but with class 2 chainsaw protection. There's heaps of flexibility. I've had no issues while climbing on some spindly stuff. Heaps of grip because, like the Scarfell, it does have the Vibram sole. It is very grippy. And also the toe box on the KO is wider. So any of you with a wider foot, you'll find these a lot more comfortable than a lot of other boots because you do have that extra room now. You choose different equipment for different jobs. I would choose the Scarfell Lite for more support. So say working on bankings, doing forestry, tighter union trees, because you do have that more rigidity in the sole. Your foot is less likely to get squished from the side when you get into a tight union if it's windy and it compresses. The only thing is you have to add the foot loops. That's one thing extra to pay for and get stuck. The waterproofing also is a lot higher. You can safely get into a stream, no problem, without getting wet. Having the higher ankle support. So if you do have weak ankles or an old injury, you maybe want to choose these because of that purpose. If you're doing a lot of banking work or say waterway work when you're not wearing wellies, you'd want to choose this boot. I would choose the KO boot for a lot of my climbing jobs. It has the integrated foot loop system for my knee ascenders on both boots. I have more flexibility because I have the lower cut, but I still have my Class 2 chainsaw protection in the boot, in the tongue, and in the sock. I do have more flexibility because it doesn't have that shank for the anti-perforation, but obviously that does give me more flexibility, just like a normal climbing boot. So say you're in a tree pruning, and as in some countries you don't need the chainsaw protection, but say you needed a bigger chainsaw for a bit of deadwood that you didn't see, you wouldn't need to come down and change your boots to a chainsaw boot. You just wear these as they are just like a normal climbing boot. Because of that, you do have that more flexibility. You still do have your steel toe cap. You have your rubber roundings on here to protect the boot. Premium leather, heaps of flexibility, like I said, super grippy Vibram sole. All the good things that you want in a climbing boot, but you're chainsaw protected. So now we're gonna go outside to demonstrate how to use the integrated foot loop system in the new KO boot. Now we're gonna demonstrate the use of the integrated foot loop system for your knee ascenders. So I'm just gonna get on my system. Okay, put my chest ascender in, put my foot ascender on. There we go. So because I don't have an extra foot loop, just put on like that and make sure I'm not capturing my laces. So that's good. Put my knee ascender on. Clip. Now we're ready to climb. Don't say hello. Right. For these boots, what did you call it? Oh, there's a spider. Yeah. So we started with that, and then I forgot the rest of it. They are fine on spikes, but if you do find that you'd like more support, obviously the KO, or not the KO, that'd be the Scarfell. Start again. Yep.